Welcome back, you lovely people, you Counter-Strike fans. We are here live from Santa Monica to engage in the remaining matches of today, which will be 2 North American matches. It's going to be an interesting one. Of course, I am DDK, and I'll be joined by James Botolph and DeBez.
Hooah! How's it going?
It's good. Everything's good. We just did 4 maps of European Counter-Strike, but now we move into interesting territory because we're going to see something new today. We're going to see, of course, well, there's been a change in Rogue, who will be one of the 2 teams that will be playing, and we have MSL now leading for them. What do we make of that? So just straight off the top of the show here.
Last time that we've seen Rogue play, I saw a strat that they copied from Astralis on Inferno, which is their smoke kind of hall explode, where they have magics, or I guess rogue players, in the middle and alt, and just so I could expect a lot more Astralis play from Team Rogue.
Okay, well, James, quick thoughts before we look at the leaderboard and see what these matches will mean.
I think the changes benefit North and Rogue. I think everybody wins. I think MSL needed a fresh start with players who are probably more in need of structure from him, but can also bring their own individual kind of North American flair.
All right, leaderboard time, guys.
Cheers.
let's check out leaderboard and see what these matches can mean for these respective teams. Of course, it is Rogue, who can see it down at 7th place, but we're 6 and 6, so 2 wins here, which we would expect on paper would be pretty awesome in moving them into the top 4 territories. Cloud9 are teetering there with 10 and 8. You can't expect them, now that they finished all their games, to stay in that position for much longer. Unfortunately for Spacestation, it's a pretty rough look. They're in relegation zone. However, actually, it does seem like there's no way to escape that. Inescapable.
I think it's too late. Yeah, I think they have to
the
face
most
the
they can get is
music.
15, so it's about trying to, well, see, you know, it's still, with the changes they've made 2 changes, right? So they can still try and just use these for experience to build for demo watching and so on. So it's still important, but also you don't want to just have 1 win in the league. Not
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, look at this is kind of crazy. The top 4 currently, NRG at the top. Well, that seems somewhat reasonable. Renegades 11 and 5, and then you have Team Liquid and Cloud9. Okay, you would expect that perhaps, but 7 and 8 losses respectively. That is kind of interesting. MYBR, we would expect them to rise in the table. Complexity could also make the top 4 as well. So lots of interesting things to come in the 3 days that we have remaining after the broadcast. One thing I have to tell you guys about is the fact that we'll have 2 days break after today's broadcast, and then we'll be splurging massively all the remaining FACEIT points. So make sure you connect everything that you possibly can. Connect the YouTube account to your FACEIT account so that you can be in with a chance to win all the massive drops that will be coming here in the future broadcast. But as you can see, Dust 2 and Train will be the battlegrounds between these 2 teams. An open map followed by, well, I guess Train is open once you get through the choke points. It can be fairly open on the A bomb site at the very least. But it's what do you make of Dust 2 first of all? Any chance for Spacestation?
Well, we've seen Snakes kind of doing pretty well with the AWP previously, but Dust 2 I think it's an AWP game. So it's up to Snakes, the young gun from Space Station, if they can outshoot Rogue with I guess MSL.
We've seen, well, yeah, that's the question, but most of the highlights we've seen from Snake is saving AWP as
true.
opposed to doing something aggressive with it. So I mean, Rogue have to be locked in. Space Station have won 1 match. They've got 4 left.
Yeah.
So, but again, they have different people now. They don't have Frosty K anymore. They don't have Voltage anymore. They've got Davey, who I feel like from what we see of him is more being added to. I'm sure he was on Ghost at some point as well. So just like being added to teams who are in a state of flux or who have just made it to the bigger leagues.
He's kind of been bouncing around for last year. I just kind of jumped from this team to here that, as you said, that just make it to the invite or professional league. The hop on the team for a split second.
He's a clan hopper.
He's a clan hopper.
That used to be a derogatory term, effectively. It's like when you go for a job interview and they look at your CV and see that you've changed jobs,
every 6
months. 5 times. Yeah, it's just in the 6 months. And it's like, why is this?
Why is it? Red flag. I wonder.
These days, not as big of a deal, I suppose, considering the fact that there's just so much going on. It's less of a tight-knit community as it used to be. So not necessarily an indication that he's burning bridges and having bad relationships with people, but sometimes it just happens. And Space Station, they do have some redeeming features. Dust 2, we're going to go into the game right now. It is perhaps the perfect map for an underdog team to maybe create an upset, especially with the likes of Infinite, who is a standout, incredible, up-and-coming talent. We will see big things from him in the future. There is no doubt about that.
And also the point about Rogue, they can pretty much double up for sure. Pretty sure Ricky used to be an opera. I think Vice used to op as well a little bit before he joined Rogue. Could be completely wrong, but my back of my mind saying, yeah, that sounds right. That could be right.
Trusting your guts. Now, Sick will play the box, the back box on the plateau. Let's see if he can get some pops. Oh, gotta be careful with this. It's about delay as much as it is about fragging your opponents. He gets one frag, and you can see that as Grim goes into the choke point, Ricky is available to get the kills. So, Vader is able to get a couple back in favor of Space Station. Does free up a possibility for a plant, which Snakes will happily get. And on the CT side, he defends the B-bomb site. Now he'll be defending the B-bomb site against the CTs as that bomb ticks away.
Double stack. Ooh, double peek. No double kill. It will be Ricky to finish off the round. Big fan of Vegas, Ricky. 4K in a pistol. And the pistol is with Rogue. Now let's see. Who was it yesterday we saw? I want to say it was Dust 2. It was Renegades, wasn't it? After winning the pistol, they had 3 people on USPs. And they went double AWP for the first buy round.
Yes.
It was super, super sick.
A little too risky, but I think they end up winning the round regardless, so.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So what is this?
Pushing the limit.
Space Station. Maybe saw Alex's ace yesterday from LDLC. We have seen many aggressive plays up the mid position in a round such as this, and they're banking on one of those happening. I like this, concentrating the efforts. They would avoid a lot of HEs by the barrels and such, but there will be no push from Rogue. I want to see more people with pistol in second round, like multiple people. I liked it. You've got to have a plan though. So if you're thinking of doing that in pugs, your plan better be on point.
You better have people willing to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's not easy in pugs. It's hard enough to get them to talk to you.
And I feel like you need to be able to deal with a B rush. So you maybe 2 SMGs B, 3 USPs A, use the range on long while you have it, and get a quick rotation in if necessary. This must be the longest second round ever.
Davey reminded me of a missile turret from StarCraft.
Yeah.
I hear they're doing a remastered version of Warcraft 3. That's hype. That is hype.
I don't know, I've never played Warcraft.
I sigh in that. It's just trying to squeeze out every dollar out of everybody.
Yeah, man. It was better than StarCraft 2 in many regards. Although, big plays coming in here from Hiko. And Vice cleaning it up. It's a custom maps, man. That's what Warcraft 3 did, like nothing else.
That's where Dota came from.
And that's what I hope to see take off again. But custom maps aside, we have the most classic, most quintessential map of Counter-Strike here. Dust 2 back in the competitive pool. Still not seeing, although it's picked a lot, we're still not seeing some of the detailed set pieces. It still feels like teams are finding their rhythm on this map in the professional scene.
Yeah, it's not usually the go-to map on a lot of people in the scene at the moment. You do see like LDLC and actually Renegades are one of the few teams that consistently, well, so far I've seen that like to play Dust 2. But slowly but surely, more and more teams practicing it, getting better at it. You have to relearn.
Yeah, I gotta remaster Dust 2. Dust 2 remastered.
Space Station working towards A, long A. To be specific, Rogue playing more towards Catwalk, giving up long A. Space Station should have no problem taking control of pit. Gripping the molly off the car. Molotov. So far, nothing. This is Rogue playing super passive, very condensed.
Come to us, and we will greet you with the grenades. with bullets and with no mercy. 30 seconds to plant the bomb, and it's going towards long now. Infinite's creeping through CT.
This is cool. It shows how much effort they're putting into every game, not being deterred by the scoreline. Getting so close, Infinite. Now the numbers game has got to work quickly. Eco playing to win the round rather than win a duel, but it doesn't quite work out for him. Infinite and Grim with 10 seconds should get the bomb down. Vice will hold on to short, but his teammates aren't in the best of positions, and because of that, maybe they will choose to fall back. Long rounds, but a careful one by Spacestation. Again, they are playing for every point, even at the end there. It's great to see.
Yeah, this round struck me as Rogue taking an approach where they were saying, you know, we don't want to, let's just feel this out. Let's see what Spacestation do. Let's see if we are the ones that actually do need to take initiative to sort of disturb their plays, or whether they'll just be chaotic and we can just easily shoot them as they run into the bomb sites. And I think in this round, Spacestation garnered some respect from Rogue and have just made the statement, if you let us do what we want to do, we'll just win rounds against you. So now I would hope to see that Rogue will play a little bit more aggressive, just take more initiative. I mean, in the late round, for example, Infinite could crept through CT spawn. We didn't have any information gathering at all from the CTs to prevent stuff like that.
And that's really rare, especially in a spot like a CT spot in Dust 2. There's a 2-1-2s, very, very common. Having at least someone spot middle is super, super common. And for Spacestation to find that gap, find that hole, just shows how passive Rogue was playing that round.
It's peculiar.
Interesting.
It is untoward.
It's an oddity.
Bananas.
Again, they're patient. Just learned to smoke from long to Xbox. Outside long, near where Grim is standing. By LDLC.
What about to CT spawn, James?
You gotta write down that round, remember?
You're messing up. I'm trying to have a little monologue here. Can you just stop
Alright,
interrupting, please? MSL with a pick towards the long position. He's got Hiko for support as well. And that is a great securing of that position. And maybe the round, 5 versus 2. The slow run from Spacestation. Not quite working on this occasion. Infinite still alive, though. Arguably the strongest mind on Spacestation. Easy to see his decision-making in his play. Snakes has made his way into B. What is going on? This was a 5 versus 2.
Not anymore, and the bomb is lost despite the B bomb site being taken by Spacestation. Infinite running, thunderfooting around, but he's so quick, so accurate. Snapping down MSL, but the running is heard. Vice, if he gets the kill, the bomb is dropped. I don't know if there's no time to get here. Vice doesn't necessarily know that because you know, he doesn't know where Snakes is, so he doesn't understand that he's just too far away really to make a bomb plant happen at this point. But now he'll start to figure it out as he hears the running. Snakes, he can't do anything but run. And Vice, he's realized there's no time at this point, and he's just trying to get out of there.
Oh my god, what's he doing?
Oh my god, Vice. Oh, as he ballsed it up. 5 seconds to survive. Oh my god, it's so close. And now he tries to come back to kill after time. Of course he goes down. He almost balls that up completely.
That was almost a blunder there when he was crossing that spawn right there, just looking down.
Like, what are you doing? Infinite, he's a beast, dude. He is a beast.
Yep.
He death matches a lot.
His aim is sick.
I have him on my friends list.
3-1. I know he streams FPL. I don't really watch streams, but I might give his a look.
How about a follow?
Twitch, no. Twitter, yes. I mean, he tweets when he goes live anyway, so it's the same thing. I don't like email alerts from Twitch because I don't really watch it.
You disable it.
It's true, you can't disable that.
I have disabled it, that's why I don't get alerts.
Oh.
Why is that an excuse for you?
So that means you can follow him, boost up his numbers
There you go.
to no detriment to yourself.
Boost the numbers.
I haven't got time to do that. Let's go following people and then clicking on the subscriptions. Blah, blah. Rogue holding on to the B-bomb site for now. Ricky can clean up the rest of this. Do they know? Well, they do now that another person is here. Spots Odorous above the smoke. Maybe Spacestation can draw another one back for the MP5 from Vice. With the flashbang. Now with the bomb in that position, he knows it's there. He should be banking his HE off the wall. Okay, off the door, that works as well, but the window is the normal position. 2 versus 2. Hiko slowly creeping. I'm surprised that Molly didn't kill Davey, but FACEIT just doing it all on his own. He's got a 3K. Hiko just hiding in the meantime. I'm here, guys.
He's not doing that if he doesn't have an MP5, I think, running through that Molotov. So the fact that you can run and gun with it so effectively, that's pretty cool. 4-1. Rogue looking pretty good at the moment. And I see Sick here with a valiant defense there with that FAMAS of his. Just run and gun. Get the AWP. Beautiful. So one thing we didn't mention is, which has become apparent if you're watching now, of course, is that MSL in-game leader, obviously, but also main AWP now. So Rikke will still stay as the secondary AWPer, which I think is really good. I think that's a great role for him. Oh, nice. Going down. Full spray from Eco. And now comes the USP. Cheeky ace in the Eco round. Boost up those stats. And that'll be 5-1. Maybe 6-1. We'll see this round.
I think stat should include eco kills, so you can see all these monsters with plus 15 at the end of the game. Wow, plus 15, those were all ecos.
It counts.
Slow down your ego, alright? Slow it down. Deflate it. Those are eco kills you're getting.
Oh, seemed to pull his gun out a second time, because he pulled it out earlier and maybe pressed Q again, so he wasn't ready to shoot.
One thing there is that, you know, I think we just saw from Rikke, he peeks upper. I do wonder, you know, if sometimes when players get a frag or 2 frags, it feels like they always go for the second or the third, thinking they've done so much for their team that it's like, it doesn't matter if I die now, and so I can risk getting more as opposed to just falling back.
That's a very good point that you made. I wanted to point that out before you said that, because they had a chance for the B player, Sick, to toss some nades before he peeked again. Like, if you want to peek again, that's fine. Use your teammate, though, and B. Flash, nade, do whatever, just to be a little extra help. And it could have been a 2 for 0 instead of 1 for 1.
Now it's 3 versus 3, with the bomb moving towards the B bomb site. Sick standing on the car, on the bricks rather. That's where he will end up. Now the site is with Spacestation. An AWP and an AK for the retake. Mollied away from the window. Now, they've both got mollies. I would put one towards Xbox and one under the window. There's one towards Xbox. There's a flash off the side. Eco not deploying his one. There we go. Oh, he tried to put it towards the car area, but it hasn't quite worked out for him. But the frags might. Or maybe not. Odorous will trade the final one. And that is around the Space Station. I'm actually making a Molotov for the car position, which goes behind the car, but also behind the bricks. It is very, very, very specific, and I haven't yet found the easiest way to consistently do it. So, no,
I believe in you. Yet. I think you'll do it.
I haven't been practicing it for a while, actually, so maybe I'll have a go after today's proceedings. MSL and... What?
We'll just cube some plus 2 later.
Yeah. MSL and Hiko towards long. Secured now. Hiko will be left in situ. FACEIT making his way towards CT. Odorous waiting for a peek, but oh no, he's just holding the angle. While the Space Station move in. Elbows seen and lining up for him. Second kill, repositioning for a third. MSL holding the door. Sick, avoiding the flashes. Gets a 1v1. Back to the tunnel. Doesn't get that one though. 2 versus 2. We've got a CT and T spawn. Not sure that he's been seen. The MSL may have to wait for Hiko.
Odorous checks it. Hiko has a slightly favourable angle there, but the AWP is ultimately more favourable. And still alone. Does he go for this? Very tough. Get taken down straight away. One player, you know, given that we just watched a lot of North, that you'll never see be greedy for kills is Valde. He always goes back, unless he tries to play off a teammate like you suggested. It's another reason why he's a good player to watch, to learn the counter strikes. But now Space Station in the pilot's chair, as we have a broken economy for Rogue. And oh dear, it's not the best situation ever. The Snakes will make it a bit easier. Quick triple. More damage is coming in from the CTs of Rogue, though.
Mr. Kim. Part-time analyst.
The analyst, yeah.
Will be lost. But still a round advantage for Rogu.
Rogu.
Rickett's got money from AWP. Is that sand dashed, that skin? Or something? Or is it a scorched one? Guess it's a scorched one.
You look at the spawn as odorous. I wonder if he's going to take that long take. It's a pretty good spawn because as soon as you peek that long corner, you beat the CTs if you have the very best spawn. And so a lot of times CTs come around the corner with their nades out, trying to beat the Ts. And so there's interesting timing where you might take some damage from utility, but if you get that op shot, get the kill, it's worth it. What will you do? Chad Miller.
He's got the AWP. Surely he takes the corner. Pops over the wall for an extra foot or two. No, yeah, he's definitely getting there first. Oh no, actually, maybe he wasn't. Slightly delayed on the shot. Unlucky to miss that one. One player next to blue. Variants, flashbangs, Davey. They're lining up for him, but he's running out of bullets. Vice really needs to fall back. That's the bomb, but I don't think that's a terrible concern just yet, as the CTs have higher concern to get out of there. 40 HP for Vice and MSL combined. I think they fell off the side of short as well, so they are really compromised now. But how did they both survive? Infinite going for a transfer of his own. The numbers game surely too great now. Rogue will lose much in this round.
Really weird situation. I was curious why they didn't just boost elevator. They boost on elevator because that would be the fastest way to boost. And they were sort of faffing around for a cat boost. Very strange.
Well, they fell off cat. But going back to elevator, you're not going to have position on short. If you boost on there, you've immediately got position. So.
But they ran back from long.
They were on cat already. They fell off the side.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, really awkward. They might have won the round if they didn't fall off. So
yeah, weird one, but a great one for Spacestation. As Rogue will be eliminated in this round. Well, not all the players, but they will lose the round. Let's just put it that way. $3,500 awarded to Spacestation. All around. Everyone gets a nice salary for detonating the bombs, as we have Rogue in a situation where they can force it up if they want. Sick and MSL could have dropped rifles. Sick could have dropped a FAMAS and MSL could have dropped an M4. They decide to go for a half buy, I think, with this. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes.
Mr. Burns.
Oh, that's great.
Arguing about who has actually been boosted again.
Boost me. No, mate.
Ah, I think that was for a potential boost. Obviously, they heard that footstep. It's a pre-fire from Infinite. The Molotov will spread, but still, TZ will be productive. They don't know who or what or how close in the tunnel area, lower tunnel. But they will approach the A bomb site. MSL there with an AWP. Moving towards car. Doesn't want to scope too much because he'll be heard eventually by Davey. Still going to walk out and have a look though. Catch him off guard. Those are big frags, and that's not the bomb scene either.
Yeah, that's MSL not hitting that critical AWP shot is a big deal. One big question for us is how well he will perform as a dedicated AWPer. He had one good event, but it often goes bad after that. Takes a long time to learn how to really AWP in professional Counter-Strike. Sick. Turning the corner, gets the dink. Now down to Vice. Let's analyze his way out of this one. Oh, that's a good catch. Last player, 10 HP. Oh, Snakes just puts an end to that immediately, doesn't he? He's like, nope. I will not entertain this. He's having a good game so far. Top fragging on the server, 13 and 7.
Oh, he is the box cutter now.
Wonderful. How much are they, James? You must know.
No, I didn't look at those. I looked at a the non-karambit thing, but I thought there's no point. I've got like 2 karambits. Should have been a kill. Rogue escape with long, with everybody intact, untouched. They'll leave Hiko alone in long. Dependable Hiko. Okay, through the smoke. Nice. Crouch peek punished immediately. Not seeing the bomb though. Now Davey is creeping in. Out of the lurk smoke, and Ricky's being caught off. Is he looking for a second player? Towards the car perhaps. Not really considering it too much. Maybe thinking Ricky was entrusted with the site on his own. Vice will be rotating though. He'll be heard by Infinite. Bahiko's top mid. Perfect timing on the flank from him. Grim on a short position. Knifing the wall. Don't know why pros do that. He has been spotted. He does not have the bomb though. Still, the location of the bomb has been obscured. But MSL will deliver the kill. Just the 1 kill for Spacestation. Nodorus going for the hero play now. That's one way to start it. Half his health remaining. 1 player towards A, 2 towards B. He knows there was a sniper. Even if he peeks on top of the wooden box, if he gets legged, surely he's still done for. But it does give you slightly more view. Oh, almost.
I was gonna say, Dust 2 1v3 T-side with an AWP. That's the map where you can win those almost reliably, depending on how good the AWPer is. Guardian.
I don't know that you can say you can win 1v3s reliably.
Well,
I don't think that's fair.
I'm just saying that it's on Dust 2.
More reasonable.
On Dust 2, you can find a lot of 1v1s, and with the AWP and with the distances, it's like it's the best map for that. There is no other map that's as easy in that situation. Not that it's an easy situation, but the best. As you were nodding.
Yep, I agree with you. There's a lot of long-range angles.
Very poor choice of words from beginning to end. A massacre of a statesman from Dan.
But he made a good point in terms of there's a lot of long-range angles, not much to hide as a CT, and yeah, it's just this map's just designed for that kind of battles, and so you really isolate the CTs, you know, depending on what is happening. Ricky getting isolated in the middle, trying to push through the smoke, gets punished.
Oh dear, quick trade from MSL. Here's more plays in the smoke. Got to land that shot. Buying time, but Sick can't help him because they're pushing into B at the same time. Sick's been spotted, Sick has been swatted. No kills for him, fires through the smoke, catch Infinite off. Bomb being thrown to Davey. Planting while Odorous takes position. Standard molly thrown. Now Vice has a HE. So again, that should bounce off the wall towards Xbox in most cases. They've missed the smoke towards the tunnel. There's the smoke from Hiko. No HE usage just yet from Vice. Just creeping in without the HE, I'm surprised. Hiko with a transfer attempt. Let's see him over the smoke. Well, he's lowered his position now. He's got cover. Trying to move closer to the smoke Odorous. Still with the AWP out, not the pistol. And he will just about win the round.
The bomb
were ticked enough as well.
Is his name Sure Do?
Who?
Odorous. Sure Do.
Chad Miller?
Yeah, have we ever...
I think
we never noticed that before?
Odorous backwards. No, I've never tried to spell Odorous backwards.
Sure do.
Oh, I see. So that round got out of control because we saw MSL miss 3 really critical AWP shots. And so that's something worth highlighting because he didn't look comfortable. And as a dedicated AWPer, that's a spot where you need to, even if you miss the shots, it should look kind of comfortable, but it didn't look comfortable. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I feel like his sensitivity was too high or something. It was just over swinging fast flicks instead of re-peeking at the angle that they might be at.
And considering how close the round was, those 3 AWP shots he was able to fire, even one more of those is a kill, probably win the round. So we'll see if they can recover because Spacestation going for an A play. This is really nice. Using the Molotovs there. Someone needs to check the graffiti. Snakes with that Mac 10 will do good damage. I like this. This is a good round from Spacestation. Well chosen round, well executed round with the utility. Good timings, good coordination, good spacing. Good things. I'm a fan. They are probably going to win the half at this point. if winning half was the thing. They will get more rounds on the first half, I guess I should say.
We saw this the other day from Rogue. I think they got off to a start, and then they ended up losing the half. Just a very momentum-based team, it seems like Rogue performs that. In a save round, or I guess a supposedly weapon save, Spacestation does take out all the Rogue players, and now look at that, they're broke. They're filing for bankruptcy.
Broke.
They're not getting a down payment on their new home.
Maybe Sick can do something with the scout. A highlight in a round which doesn't have good implications for Rogue. It is fun. Even when everything sucks, it is fun to use a scout. Even on a round such as this.
Is it though?
Yeah, because the moving accuracy is just fun. You move so quickly, not moving accuracy, sorry, just the movement speed is what I'm trying to say, versus other sniper rifles is just awesome.
It's fun.
Just run around, run past the double doors, and try and cancel strafe, shoot someone in the face. It's a joyous time. Pico hiding, playing off of his teammates. Infinite with 2 HP. That's a great transfer. Really nice from Grim. Well, it's up to Gandalf for good measure. Ricky with very patient taps of the 5-7. You have to respect it. It will reward you. And there we go. Look at all these tagged players for Sick, because the last round has got to go for it. Now the fun can ensue. Where's the fun?
No, if they do a run boost, that's pretty fun. But they don't. 9-6, Spacestation turning around. Rogue was up 5-1. Now they're down 9-6.
Oh crap! Look at all those rounds from Space Station. They solved the puzzle.
What happened to Rogue? What is going on? What are they thinking?
Yep. That's the thing. It's just some of these key rounds. You know, you need to hit those AWP shots. Alright, so everything falls apart. It does too is so much about the AWP. We'll have to see if there can be recovery on the T side. It's generally going to be easier, a lot easier. But Space Station, if they win this pistol, they do set themselves up nicely. And they've got a mid push here, so they could come into the back of this flank. Or rather, sorry, this push. And the flank could do a lot of damage. Oh, Davey, how many does he get here? Only one. It's a good position behind the barrels. Headshot angle. And Infinite once more. Forced to take the shot, but he will be true to the shot. And he'll execute MSL. More players to be had, though, as they push forwards. Quick think there onto Grim. Infinite stays healthy, though. He might be the most important. He's always the most important player. Cloud9 sticker flying in the air. Sick, unable to do too much there. I've never seen a sticker. Oh my god, they're everywhere.
Floaty stickers. If he presses, yeah, if you QQ, the stickers go back to normal. Of course, he doesn't know that. Being very patient, and he has the range, but he's got to be so patient with P250. Not enough bullets, not enough time.
P250.
Close, but no. One time in first-person perspective, I had the stickers flying. It's almost always on GoTV, but I've even had it in the game from a first-person perspective just one time.
When you're playing?
Yeah.
Did you take a screenshot?
I don't know. I play on so many different machines, I wouldn't know where it is, but I just pressed Q twice and it went away. Only once in 8,070 hours.
Looks like it might be a timeout here, or what? What's going on?
Well, they're good to go. Close, but they will share the spoils for the pistol. Again, Rogue won the pistol in the first half. The Space Station still got a 9-6 scoreline, so that was quite the comeback from them. Six trying to make it out of the doors. The flashbang will help, but he won't get kills or position. Nico's doing the best he can. Sprayed through the corner of the smoke. Infinite knows his angles. Upgrade from Ricky. And goodbye.
What was the flashbang from Rogue? Usually when you want to take that long, just toss a couple flashes as the person's coming out. The CTs cannot peek. They will get blind.
Yeah, it seemed like they were missing about 80% of the flashbangs.
Because it's actually Sick was looking down trying to dodge flashbangs, but nothing came over. It seemed like he's got shot in the bum.
It's been sold a lie.
It's like my childhood.
Oh dear.
3 players spotted. Davey moving to have more cover with his teammate, not exposed to the door. That's a lovely headshot. Very common position to defend B from. Hello? Ding dong. Space Station are in a strong position.
Yep. Very strong. Only really need to, well, I mean, after they win this round, if they do win it, they'll be on 12. That's just 4 rounds in which will, let's say, winning 4 buy versus buy rounds. Doesn't sound too impossible. Lots of trouble for Rogue. Oh, hello. Up catwalk you go. Oh, the nade. Oh, nice.
That did so much damage on 3 people.
Wow, that did like 250 damage or something.
Sail it in. At least they can just blast the Glocks into space.
Station.
Double the score of their opponent now. Space Station in a strong position, and regardless of how late on in the league it is, it's nice to see, especially with the changes they've made, because it just gives me nightmares of Ghost, who had a revolving door, and it was just a complete disaster.
A station of integrity, skill, honor.
Dignity.
And there we go. Some more flashes for Hiko. There it is. Does get traded out though by Grim. Grim will retake the position with the Org. Trading all over the place. Live and die by a long control. Oh, that was a frag. Maybe a chance for Odorous, but Snakes is now in play. Activate the Snakes.
Saving again. What do you know?
Well, if he goes towards long, then maybe, especially because the first person he would engage would be MSL, but backing off into a false sense of security. Security has been breached. Too late to raise the alarms. All the jewels have been taken. 5-round lead for Space Station. Do they eco 1 so they can get a full buy of everybody, or do they go short with Odorous on 2,500? It will be the latter. Infinite dropping an AWP for Snakes, and he'll go with the MP9, which is interesting. He's been an important fragger for the team, but everybody is delivering for Space Station. Triple scope, quad scope, sorry, double AUG, double AWP. Rare buy from a CT team.
No kit? Put that up here. Nice big. Double off shot, double kills for Space Station Odorous on the cat. Davey here's getting pressured in this B bomb site. Vice takes him out. And now Space Station, they're forced out of this bomb site. Trying to play retake, but look, the bomb is on catwalk. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this would be a pretty brutal reset for Rogue. With Space Station going to 13 rounds, and they've, as you say, that bomb being in such a precarious position. They're unlikely to win this one. Infinite! Oh, he's bested by Hiko there. Well, maybe there's a chance after all, but Odorous is looking strong. He's got 3 kills now. The AWP is looking very good on him on this Dust 2 so far. 22 for 9. Ooh, Hiko again. Now down to Grim, 40 seconds. They have no idea where he is. Grim, the timing. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, the timing.
Hit Vice in the head as well. Ooh.
He sprayed him.
Well, his comeback is on now for Rogue. Space Station money's been broken. 4 rounds, likely soon to be 3. There's a smoke for the cross, I presume, from Davey. There it is. So now we give him the crossing. 1, 2, 3. 2 people towards the A site. So he did pick up some late smoke grenades as well, just to contain any early pressure. 2 men on shorts. Awkward for the Rogue side coming up mid, exposed to people in CT spawn as well as Grim's position. Will there be a pop flash? MSL's holding the angle. Maybe a Molotov, even better perhaps, forcing Grim forward, but a flash would be superb, and Odorous will trade. Get the flashbang in there. Maybe more value than the Molotov in that situation. Pop. Or both. Not going as easy, simply as you would have expected. Another flank. Oh, God. MSL now, he has the bomb and so many targets. One is just waiting to pop up and say hello. And now the bomb's been lost and everybody's dying on short. Even with or without the Molotov, I think they had to have a pop flash there.
This is good. No reason to peek on the bomb site. Oh, get the info. Definitely have the info now. Odorous peeks, and he makes it work with the P250. That's very disastrous. AWP and AK collected. Oh no. Rogue, that should have been a free one. Should have been gratis, but no. Instead, it is going to cost them a lot. They're going to have to spend all their money here to try to fight back against this, but we see an AWP, CZ, and AK. 2 CZs. What on earth is this by? The Space Station win this one. They're probably getting to 15 easily, but we'll see. Can't take it for granted. Good. Nays going in for Snakes. Oh, Ricky with that CZ doing damage. Davey looking to defend by himself, calling for assistance. How long can he hold out? Not long enough. Sick is fast to his face. His face is gone. So is Infinite's face.
A risky play by Rogue to rush B. It pays off. Space Station getting caught off. Snakes was not in the ideal spot for that rush. Putting as little distance as possible between him and 4 other Rogue players trying to jump on him. And just like that, Space Station is going to get reset. It'll be 13-9 in favor of Space Station coming back.
Surely they're buying around what they've saved here. With Odorous on 44.50 already. Snakes will have 37.50 or maybe not.
I could see them saving though. Even though
Keep the money together.
keep the money together. You still have rounds to work with. Don't let it get too. Oh, actually, no. Wait a minute. Never mind. They have to buy.
I think if Snakes had a little
So
more.
it'll be double save, but maybe not buy all the way. Maybe buy a pistol or something. But they're going to probably go.
Here we go.
They go in it for it all the way. In it to win it.
A second sniper rifle is a great way to solve a problem. So let's have a butcher's hook. Missile with some flash support for the teammates. Ricky looking at the floor. Into the pit and secure. And we've got see a boost over the smoke. Odorous asking questions of the HE. No response. 4 of the 5 players Rogue towards long, not being peeked just yet by Space Station. And Nico's waiting for somebody to move into a poor position. Keeping down a short flank on further CTs. There's a smoke towards CT itself. And Odorous awaits opponents.
It's a good spot. The flash is on point, though he can't do a single thing. So Rogue are going to have this one. They got to go for the save here at this point, but they can't save a single thing. All the way pushed back our Space Station. It is now Struggle Station. Struggle Station. Struggle Station. As they are experiencing devastation on Dust 2.
Precipitation for Rogue because they're making it rain, baby. Moving to double figures. Once again, Snake's just trying to hold on. He's always holding on. He's basically just constantly hanging from the side of a cliff. And his fingers will be stepped on. Down he goes.
That round was an aberration.
Tombstoning into a shallow pool. Aberration obscuring our view of the constellation. Feeling more like constipation.
Nice.
Constipation's no joke.
Somebody get me some pills so I can have a toilet-related revelation.
There you go.
Then I'll have to request a relocation, James. Words. That's all we have. That's all we have.
The vocation's
To
on
keep
point.
us sane. This is true. Okay, well, it's all over.
Take them to the police station. Okay, I'm done. You started this. I'm out. I don't care. I'm just out.
Guess we'll have to put you...
Don't do it. Double augs. No AWP. Davey with an auto shotgun. I'm going to ignore that, apart from this acknowledgement, which is not an ignorance at all, but whatever. No spotting of Cat. He will hear players though, and he's going to have some quick targets. Just the one tap. No silence.
So Snakes with that MP9. It's a decent position, but the bomb is actually in upper dark at this point, which means that they definitely want to get into that B-bomb side. Snakes. Oh, very fortunate. Vice was so weak, and now the 1-2 punch, the sandwich is in full force. The meats being the rogue players, but Ricket, he is a side dish, but he will be eaten as well as Hiko comes in through the dark position. Bomb it down to the ground, a 1v3, but it's a very doable one as he picks up the first kill. He's got time, he's got a weapon, he's got health, just lacking the utility to cut off some of these points of entry. There goes the bomb plant. Hiko will try to work the bomb site. Taking an off angle, snaps the neck of Grim, finds himself the finish on Infinite as well. That's a beautiful 1v3 from Hiko. Made that look very, very simple indeed. Easy, in fact. See, he knows.
He's such a streamer, isn't he? Bloody streamers.
Spencer Martin.
Monsieur Martin. One letter away from Martini. Still watches across. Snakes has been tagged. Does he peek again? He's on 60 HP, but he's not shy, is he? He's not shy. Listed all his favorite things on his profile page. Odorous and Grim on shorts. Grim on shorts.
Grim on short.
Space Station being made less relevant than MySpace.
Is that the best you could do?
Yeah.
That was really bad.
I checked to see if my MySpace
That
account
was very
still had stuff on it, but they deleted everything. It's still like active, but they deleted everything.
What stuff did you have on there?
It's like, I don't know, pictures and whatever. I don't know. I wanted to see what I was doing on MySpace in 2003 or whatever. Whenever I used it, so I went there recently and I was like, well.
I can't believe you actually tried to make that a joke.
Well, I think we gave up on making good jokes a while ago.
I never give up. I'm saving them.
5 scopes for Space Station, triple AUG,
Awesome.
double AWP.
That's 5 scopes, James. And it's better than 4.
Well, time will tell. Is it the right number? Is it a magic number? Infinite flashing above his head in case they're pushing towards the ramp. Grim teasing. Odorous going for a wild peek there. Traded by him assault. I don't know what grenades he had, but often, especially in a situation like this, you're going to be flashing for your teammates who are in superior positions, like the ramp guy, for example. Grim will be holding things down for the time being. He's got no flashes. In fact, only Snakes has a flash. He's on B, so they've got to frag out. Dying for the cause, though. There is a third player on long. Now feeling exposed, Davey, to both these players. Point of no return, and it has collapsed the Space Station. Sucked into the black hole of a dying star. Snakes once again, the last man with an AWP. A common occurrence this week.
He's a saver.
The E-Honda Street Fighter 2 weapon. The baths. 100-hand slap. He's got the Hello Kitty thingy. The wavy arm. For good measure. And finally, he will be eliminated.
It's looking like it's all falling apart for Space Station. Rogue, so much money. Really just, goes to show the success they've been having. And Space Station likely giving this round up just because they have no equipment. They need one more save. So half buy for them. They actually are very conservative with this buy. They could have spent more money. They're going to get $3,400. So they could have bought to $1,500 if they really wanted to. But they will not. And here comes Ricky with those flashbangs. The assistance from Vice will be significant. And that will be pretty much everyone from Space Station eliminated. The remainder dotted around the map. Infinite He's been very enjoyable to watch. His perspective is I mean, his mechanics are incredible. I really do think he's going to be one of the stars in North American Counter-Strike in the future. I'm interested to see his stream.
Davey is alive. He is breathing. The bomb crosses towards the A site. Infinite with his P250. On his P250. Valve did acknowledge my email, by the way, of that smoke sometimes falling through the floor. I linked them to the demo, and the relevant people have been alerted to the problem. Well, there's one, but not two. Davey is now position known. No flashes for Rogue. They will have to play 2v1. Not shy at all, just going for wild elimination with a read that he is saving. Could have gone wrong, went right. Match point Rogue.
5 orbs, let's go.
Vice been playing pretty well for Rogue. He's been in a lot of key spots and kills throughout the whole map. Other than Hiko, who's been winning a lot of these clutch rounds. Vice has been really feeling the meat, you know, just like here and there, being in the right spot, right time, backing up teammates, exchanging kills. Quiet, but very, very solid half of Vice. One of the key components of Rogue's success so far on this map.
I like the space station going for all the orgs. I mean, it makes a lot of sense on Dust 2. Big ranges. Nice peek from Odorous. He's been great on this map. He's definitely been an improvement over Voltage, who he's replaced as the AWPer on this team. The old days of Voltage. The old days of 3 weeks ago, whatever it was.
Old news.
Nice nade.
Meaty. Get a pastrami in there. Approach towards mid. The Molotov will force them back, and Grim not enjoying his time in that corner. Standing in the corner, not generally the most enjoyable time. Pop flash from Davey. Is there a peek with it? Infinite, slowly creeping. Gotta be careful because Hiko's in the corner. It's a massive frag from Hiko. 3 men remaining for Rogue. Grim hears the footsteps and he's up for the duel. Trying to sneak away now, thinking better of it, repositioning. 2 players over towards B for Grim, so he has them contained, Rogue. But Hiko knows this as well, and he has to deny him information. That's a massive headshot though from Grim. And you might expect Rikke to be outside B tunnel, but he's in a flanking position. But with 20 seconds, he can't really walk to make this obvious. Got to just make a play towards A. Has Grim heard? No rotation just, and they have no idea. Odorous is towards long. You can hear the short position from long, but Odorous hasn't. And now they're starting to rotate only because they've cleared apartments. Halls, rather. Planting for short. He's got a molly to slow him down, but where does he choose to take his fights? Be careful on this ridge, because if someone's a CT, they will see your shadow. So Snakes is below as well. So if he's seen Rikke's shadow, they know exactly where he is. And they're moving in. There's a trade. And that is survival for Space Station.
It's amazing that he ran through the only path where he wouldn't be heard in the entire map, basically.
I'm like shaking my head the entire time because it was a 4-on-1, 20 seconds left, and you're leaving bomb sites.
True.
Saw it again. We saw it yesterday as well. I just, you know, they have to play on the bomb site, to stay in the bomb site. You know, it's a 4-on-1. Even just spotting it and then hiding is way better than just leaving it completely and not spotting it.
Well, it's a chance at overtime for Space Station. They've been playing pretty well the last couple of rounds. Last one in particular. Grim's AUG shenanigans were quite enjoyable, and now Rogue back at it again. They've got a default running in here. Let's see if they go for that normal sort of one. Normally it's like around a 110, 115 short take on most defaults, but they got there pretty quickly. They're at 130. It's walking all the way. Odorous, is there a flashbang? Good. Responsible stuff from Rogue. They know what they're doing. Should never be peeking that when the CTs have an AWP without a flashbang. Just don't do it. It's not worth. $200 save a life.
Moving to a take of long our Space Station. And with that secured, 2 players will go back towards A. No one in CT spawn for Space Station. Rogue, with most of their players towards A, towards short. Hiko lurking as usual, but the timing is so perfect for Infinite. With the pick on Hiko, he knows that there's likely nobody else there. He can go back and focus on the short position. Grim picking off Vice as he falls down, and everything's falling to pieces here for Rogue. And we head to overtime. 25, 6 kills for Snakes, one of them. 29 though for Odorous. Not finished with this one just yet,
Wow.
Space Station.
Yeah, this is not a good showing here from Rogue so far. You'd expect them to be able to do much more. Obviously, Space Station have been playing well. That is for sure. But they've got 2 new players. And just on paper, you know, Rogue are supposed to be much better. You know, it's just, obviously MSL's in there, but at the same time, you have to think of it this way. MSL is slotting in exactly where Cadian was. So Cadian is a very different player, but it is still the same roles, AWP and in-game leader. And that's something that he has actually, MSL has done, let's not forget, with success in that one tournament at DreamHack Masters Stockholm, and where they won the tournament. So Davey has a microphone issue.
Voice enabled 0.
And that is why we are paused. But yes. Rogue struggling here. I mean, this, as mentioned previously, this is the map for an upset. If you're the underdog team, this is where you get the upset most of the time. Dust 2 very open. The tactics and strategy, very important, but at the same time can be made less important, can be mitigated by the underdog with just good displays of individual prowess, which we have seen from the likes of, I mean, Odorous, for example, he's 29 for 17. He's been rocking the AWP from a straight AWP versus AWP situation. He's outperforming MSL enormously.
Yeah, MSL hasn't been too impactful with his AWP, missing a lot of crucial shots that we've seen so far. To be obviously a different game score.
They would have won the round. They would have won the game for sure.
Won the game if he hit some of those key clutch rounds. And now it's OT. Clean slate. You get the chance to start over, fresh new.
Well, before the chalk. Ooh, speaking of MSL, we won't get to speak to him anymore this round. He's gone. Davey erases him. Big green gun.
Space Station on the, still on the CT side. Let's not forget their slow advances on the T side. Those are probably still to come. The Rogue have lost a man early. Seems they'll be interested in the long take. Riquet with 2 flashes. Pop flash for close doors. There it is. And there they go. Hiko, Sick, and Riquet. No one on a ramp position. Space Station content with the short A area for the time being. Got a 3rd man over there in Grim. I think he's boosted in the mid to B box. A box on the site can be shot through, but of course they don't know that somebody's there quite yet. Infinite must be careful. But he's a man who knows his angles. Sees 2 players at least, one on the platform. Not shy of the duel either, but they're moving up towards the site.
Ooh, nice frags coming in from the entry players. Vice and Sick in this situation. They needed to kick down the door quickly, and they've done just that. Oh, the boost comes in. Snakes with the Org, scoping in. Finds himself Hiko. Vice still doing damage, just as you mentioned, Eric. He's been performing quite well so far for the likes of Rogue. And this is no exception as Davey goes back to save.
Yeah, it was a very key move. What he did that round, he snuck up catwalk. Rogue was down in person, 4 on 5. And Vice just kind of crept that catwalk and he hid. He waited until the people at long made the move and noises first. And he kind of just snuck up and killed one of the catwalks. And then he gets the 2nd kill after they secure the site. So Vice just playing very key important roles and spots for Rogue. Very nice patient play by him.
Goodbye.
Oh, no AWP for you. That's really nice by Sick.
No, Mr. Davey, I expect you to die. Expensive round for Space Station. If they lose this one, they won't have much to fight with. 2-0. I think if you look at 2 zeros converted to 3 zeros in overtime, for a T side, sensitivities will be high. For a CT side, it will partly depend on plants. MSL, that is very impressive from him. Just running, staring at the floor. There's a lurker taken out. Again, Rogue start a man light with plenty of time on the clock. Hasn't stopped them before though. Infinite creating some space for himself. He knows how close they are. Surely they will think he's hiding in the smoke. Maybe not if they're all dead. Sick will trade the kill, or take a different kill out. Well, he will trade the kill. And, well, they've got to get this bomb down fast. Another smoke. Oh dear. This is not going well, is it? They're melting. They're melted Ken dolls.
Well, this could be exciting though, because Vice has been playing well. Rick is on the orb. Oh, very good nade coming in, but they can't punish him on the repositioning. That had to be a kill. He needed to get rid of that presence on the long position. He's going to get absolutely annihilated. Vice against 4. Oh, he's making a good go of it. Almost getting the third one. That would have opened up to a 1v1, but it will be the round for Space Station.
You're right, Dan. You had to get that kill. For Ricky to miss that kill, it forced him to be super aggressive towards that long, into a weird, awkward angle for an opper when the opponent's in the A-bomb site.
Yeah, it would have been completely different rounds.
1-1. Scope-ageddon on Space Station.
Such a late B cross.
Just one player. But there's only 2 rogue players. Do they go for an engagement there? A late smoke, but the Molotov will... I mean, it's a big gamble. Maybe if they had more players there, someone will throw a smoke into that molly and away they go, but no. It will be a slow start. Space Station deep within short. That corner has not been beneficial to counter-terrorist sides with some of the grenades we've seen thrown. Molotovs and the like. So with standard map control taken, Rogue will head towards the B bomb site. Those smokes will suggest that the CTs are on short and that A is for the taking, A long rather. And that's what they'll take.
Some presence. This is tense though. Do Rogue just walk up? They could. It's a very viable way to play this spot. It's not a bad decision at all. Play with what you have. They've got the Lurker and Vice in lower dark. And there might be 2 CTs coming his way. So he's going to let them pass maybe. Okay, Grim understands. Or maybe he doesn't. Oh, Davey gets it. Very nice win there for Space Station. The first hurdle crossed flawlessly.
It's a big frag onto Odorous, but there's plenty other Space Station players to hold his position, but so many Molotovs as well in all directions. Going to use that cover to plant for long. It's a bad plant as far as Space Station are concerned. Sick has possession of long, and Missil's got the AWP starting to move in that direction as well. Good decision from him. No more smokes, just a flash for Space Station. This is the last round, they've got to go for it. There's a boost, and Rique's taken out on the site.
Really nice. You don't often see that converted into a kill, but here comes the flying Sick. He's hot on their heels with the AK, and he has no mercy, taking down Infinite in an instant as he looks for more, and now they are also having to worry about that long position. This is a very good sandwich between MSL and Sick, and they're going to crush the remainder of Space Station. A 2-1 for Rogue in the first half of overtime 1.
Rogue abusing that long setup. Space Station, though, did a really good job in retaking that mid. They gave up long. Their objective was to pop flash middle and take it with 2 people to clear out that lower tunnels. As you saw Vice getting picked off, they'd be saving his teammate in that process. And now, switching sides. Aggressive spot by Odorous. But the smoke from Rogue prevents any information being shown. How many are at B? They're playing 2-on-2 or what? But it looks like Rogue, they're playing a 1-1-3. Not too common.
Space Station moves slow. Now we don't have the indicators towards short. That long is the one to take just yet with the smokes and so on, although smoke has just been deployed. Eco lining up a grenade. I thought maybe he was trying to aim for the back of the car or something. As of course it does offer cover, so it's a common position.
Yeah, I think he didn't want to expose on the gap. Can you get it in there, in that position without exposing yourself?
Well, there was a smoke down at the time.
Ah, I see. Well, after a very slow beginning, Space Station have enabled the warp drive, and they'll speed straight on through to the middle position. Ricket on the box. He's going to get... Oh, I thought he was going to get at least a couple there, but flashing on through. Is it going to be good? Oh, man. Oda is spinning around, clotheslines him with the AWP. I think even necessarily needs to fire the bullet. Sick, holding things down on the bomb site, looking to anchor things. And it will be 4 fast frags from the CTs as Space Station desperately try to salvage this. 15 seconds to plant this bomb now, and, well, Snakes will be eliminated. MSL with the kill, 18-16. One more for Rogue, and they've done it. Then have to do it again on the next map.
And again.
See if they can do it on this map first. 2 chances to take the match. Space Station. It's been a long journey for them. Will be a frustrating loss with the advantages they had at some point. Massive flash, and MSL's been caught in the open. There's no one to trade for him. Hiko trying to desperately hold control, but Infinite cannot be stopped. Such is the nature of the Force. Twice missing the jump. Odorous is in an exposed position.
Wow. And
that gives some more retake avenues for Rogue. They've got some HEs as well. And a Molotov. There's the first one. Infinite taken down. There's a second molly. And yeah, the wrong person left on short.
Nice, huge round.
What a beast!
Lately for Rogue, he's been kind of the guy that's never really the top fraggy as much as the other players on the team, so it's good to see him come out really pulling Rogue ahead of Space Station. Overall, though, pretty good for Rogue, would you say?
Victory in overtime, definitely a scary one for Rogue. Again, it's not a result that you can really afford to take. Being a team like Rogue, losing to Space Station would really be sucky for them, but Space Station did play very well. It was a good dust 2 from them. Rogue were pushed to the limits, and they managed to, with some great individual performances in the key spots, salvage this match for the W.
Yeah.
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 Sorry. Yeah, it looked like Space Station had another win on the cards, but Rogue will be a cruel mistress, it appears. Taking it over the line just at the end there. Bunching up towards the window. There we go. Rogue taking W away from Space Station, and that leaves Space Station with just the one more chance to try and get one more win out of this season. But I respect the attempt. Again, it was promising the way they started off really slow on their T side, being very, very careful, getting people behind enemy lines, but unfortunately Rogue brought it back.
Indeed, they did. But can they do it again? We will have Train coming up next between these two teams to cap off today's broadcast here at ECS Season 6. We'll see you after the break for some Train.